If you try to do chin tucks for a while, you maybe already realized that they aren't bringing you the results you would like to. No recessed chin. And if you tried them even longer, you maybe realized that they are actually doing more harm than good. So if you didn't do them yet and were thinking about starting, luckily you found this video, because this might save you. I'll tell you why you should never do chin tucks and why they are ruining you. Here's the problem. F.M. Alexander said that form affects function and function affects form. In other words, good function and good looks go hand in hand. So let's start with the most important part, which is breathing. We want our airways to be maximally opened, and to achieve that we need to move certain body parts in certain directions, so that the different organs and structures like the trachea can work at their best. A very clear example of this comes from what happened in the hospitals during COVID-19, when people who had caught the virus were not able to breathe. They laid the person down on the bed with the head, neck and shoulders raised up so that the face moved forward from the body, and the ear aligns with the sternal fork and the top of the shoulder blade. This is important because the moment the face retracts back, the airway becomes partially closed and even something like the intubation becomes difficult or impossible. Now if you take that exact position and imagine rotating the person upright, you get exactly what we are aiming for in the technique of conscious guidance and control. We want the head to result forward and up. But the key point is this: we don't try to get the head forward and up because that would be end-gaining. Instead, we rotate the torso in such a way that the head naturally falls forward and up. This position of mechanical advantage is only possible when we direct the whole body, not single parts. So the real question becomes, why not bring the body into a better breathing position by directing the conscious mind, instead of having external objects moving our parts? And this is exactly where it becomes interesting when we now look at the visual aspect of things. If you now look at the average posture of people nowadays, you will notice that the furthest point forward is not the face, but the abdomen. And when you derotate the torso in the right way, you begin to see what people call the forward head posture, although it would be more accurate to call it forward and down head posture. Now, if a person tries to get rid of this forward and down head posture by doing chin tucks, they will try to pull the head back. However, because the neck is stiff and not actually moving, what really happens is that they only squeeze the face backward in relation to the neck that is still drooping forward and down. As a result, the head becomes compressed from the sides because the skull and the mandible are pushed back into the neck that continues to droop forward and down. Over time, this functional habit of retracting the head will not only close the airway from the mouth all the way down to the trachea, but also give you that drooping neck appearance, resulting in an unaesthetic double chin, a lack of visible chin definition, or a chin that becomes so short it is barely noticeable. So now you can see the real issue, which is that we are driven by habits. Every movement a person makes tends to shorten the whole kinetic chain instead of lengthening it. And because of that, the face will be pulled back every time the hand is raised or a step is taken. Of course, we cannot forget the primary body part to address, which is the torso, as well as the whole body, since the body only changes as a whole. But especially for the head, instead of doing chin tucks, try out these 3 movements. They look simple, but in practice they are very difficult to do correctly. Firstly, you allow the neck to go back and up, while at the same time guiding the mandible angle forward and down, and finally raising the ponytail spot forward and up. By doing all of these movements at the same time, you will lengthen the neck and the mouth muscles so that the fascia can function as an anchor. At the beginning, you may feel stretching, aches and even some pain, but over time your body will adapt. Don't forget to record a video while doing it and re-watch it afterwards to analyze if there are any unwanted movements. If you would like help to eradicate your bad habits, you can book a one-on-one lesson via Zoom by writing me an email at the address down below, or find out more about me on postureispower.com. And as always, I'm very thankful for every like, subscription and share so that your friends don't fall into the same chin tuck trap.